Good morning. My mom and I are here, pulled off Flagstaff Road in Boulder, Colorado. And today we're going to go for Green Mountain. And this is going to be the easiest way to hike Green Mountain. We're here just on the west side of it. And we're basically going to hike the ridge right on over to the summit. Shouldn't be too hard. I think we're looking at about 1.9 miles out with a net elevation gain of about 700 feet. Official start time, 7:10. And here's a quick look at the map, and this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna start here, and then just basically take it on over and up to the summit. This is gonna be the easiest way to hike Green Mountain. Yeah, if you're like, I would love to hike Green Mountain someday, but it looks pretty difficult starting down at like the NCAR Center. Well, like I said, if you want the easiest way to hike this mountain, you're gonna wanna drive up Flagstaff Road and start from up here. Yeah, this shouldn't be too bad at all. It's looking like today is gonna be really nice. We've had a lot of clouds lately, not many clear blue sky days, and it looks like today might be the day. I'm excited about that. Yeah, it's been rather nasty here for the past 5 or 6 weeks. This hike does have a little bit of up and down each way, and it looks like we're doing a little bit of downhill right now. And this is a really pretty trail up here. We're getting a few epic views off to our left where we can see Long's Peak and all of the mountains to the south of it. Yeah, this is beautiful. I like it. And there it is out there. That's going to be Green Mountain. That's not too far away at all. I have opted to hike without the spikes, which may be a mistake if I end up on my butt. But so far I'm going strictly with the Lacrosse Snow Smashers that Chris sent me. And these are awesome. They're really wide, got a good base, and they're pretty grippy in snow and ice. We're getting some epic views from up here. And you can see Flagstaff Road cutting across down there. And then those big white cap mountains are Long's Peak and everything to the south of it. And already we're out to the second trail junction here. And if you take this right, that will lead over to Bear Peak and South Boulder Peak. And if you want to try and bag all three of these mountains in the same day, I would suggest coming up here and starting. It's going to be the easiest route. You can take this down, go get Bear Peak and South Boulder Peak, and then double back and get Green Mountain, or do it in the reverse order and get Green Mountain first. But yeah, I think that hike is roughly 12 miles in total with probably just over a 3,000 foot elevation gain. I'm gonna do that one of these days, but not when there's all this snow out here. We're getting pretty close to merging with the Ranger Trail that's gonna be coming up from the left. And so far this hike has been relatively flat. Not a lot of uphill at all, because unfortunately, most of the uphill is crammed in right at the end. And we've been hiking for 53 minutes so far. And right here is going to be where the Ranger Trail is coming up from the left, which means that we're almost done with this thing. We've just got this very last section. Yeah, this very last part is where most of the elevation gain is. I just looked at the map and it's like all these ISO bars stacked up. I might have to throw my spikes on. Might make this a little easier. But will I do that? Probably not. Why? Because I'm too lazy. And here we go. Time to stairmaster it. It's getting pretty icy up here towards the top. We're just under the summit. But I'm stubborn. I'm gonna keep going without the spikes. Whoa. I think that's gonna be the top right up there. We're just about there. This is going to be the home stretch. And this last part's pretty steep through here, but it's short.
Oh, yeah.
And that's the summit rock right there, which means cheesy smiles. Oh my goodness. Like I was saying, cheesy smiles here in about 30 seconds. Yeah, and that's how it's done. Green Mountain, baby. And in an hour and 10 minutes, we're up here. And that is by far the easiest way to hike this mountain. All right, Green Mountain, got it. Boom.
Wow.
And that is looking way down onto the city of Boulder, Colorado. Beautiful day. I'm loving it. It's tea time up here on the summit of Green Mountain. And also cheddar cheesy smile time. And cinnamon chip churro strip time. Well, now that I'm all wired up on cheesy smiles and cinnamon chip churro strips, I'm ready to go to the top of this thing. This might be a bad idea. Oh. Okay, what am I doing here? I don't know. And that's how it's done, folks. And that's looking over at all of the mountains in Rocky Mountain National Park. Wow. And then it drops down into the Indian Peaks. Yeah, this thing right here is pretty cool. Points out where all the mountains are, gives their elevations. And I'm just going to say, Cotrex is really nice for planning out routes. However, the summit elevations on that thing are way off. It said that Green Mountain is like 7,900 something, and it's clearly above the 8,000 foot ISO bar, which means that it's totally wrong. And then that one sticking up just below Copeland Mountain is going to be Sugarloaf Mountain. And we did that one like a month or so ago. Super easy hike, but wow, it's got an awesome summit. One of the best. All right, let's see if I can get down this thing without killing myself. Okay. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, I think we got it. Super easy. climbed way harder mountains than that. I just dropped the GoPro on the rock, but it's about 9 o'clock right now. We've been sitting up here on the summit of Green Mountain for about 40 minutes or so, but it's time to go. It's time to head on back. All right, let's do it. Let's take it on back. Yeah. And this has been surprisingly harder coming down than it was going up. I've had to take multiple 3-point stances, and I even had to turn around and go down backwards in a few spots. But I think we're almost through it here. It's getting better as we go lower. Yeah, this is slick along here. Oh, holy sheet of ice. We've made it back down to the Ranger Trail split here that shoots off to the right. Whoa! Yeah, that was almost a, yeah, that was almost a vertebrae snapper right there. I could feel the pressure on my C7. Okay, good. We're all good though. But yeah, from this trail split on down should be pretty easy. I don't think there are many problem areas down here. And on the way down, we're getting good views of Bear Peak on the left and South Boulder Peak on the right. We're approaching the Green Bear Trail split coming in from the left, and we've been hiking down for about 37 minutes or so. And I would say that this is roughly the halfway point. But this second half here should be much easier. Beautiful hike. I really like this trail. I would highly recommend it. However, there's very limited parking up there at the trailhead, and I bet it gets super busy in the summer. You probably got to get here really early to beat all the Boulder people. Epic views to the east from up here. And that's where we just were. Summit of Green Mountain. Awesome hike. And we're back. It's just now 10:04. So that took us an hour and 4 minutes to come down. Took us 1:10 to get up there, 1:04 to come down. And I think we're looking at a total of 3.8 miles with a net elevation gain of 700 feet. So that's pretty easy. Like I said, I highly recommend this hike. It's really nice. Well, we hope you enjoyed that hike. And until the next one, y'all, peace.